everybody, welcome back to Officer Jazzy's Pokemon Master Quest. Alright, let's get going. We have a bit of exploring to do, and also we're going to go and talk more about the thrift store, because again, working at a thrift store, sorry. I love shopping at the thrift store. It's terrible, and I'll tell you all about it. I'll tell you guys all about it. Okay, just to start off here. Alright, Geodude's kind of hurt. Zubat. Scout. Our lovely Girl Scout. I love her. Sucker is doing okay. Oddish is doing okay. Alright, let us go take care of some stuff real quick. We're gonna do some shopping. We're gonna do some sales. We're gonna get to our next leg in the journey. Again, I need to use the cross pad, not the joystick. Alright, let's go ahead and heal. Thank you, Nurse Joy. We always appreciate it. I think it's very interesting that in the game she's wearing blue. Maybe it's so that it doesn't blend in with her hair. Because her hair is pink, as well as her outfit in the anime is pink, but... Alright. Got those guys. Just making sure I've got a list over here of all the Pokemon that I'll be catching on this playthrough, so... Yep, looks like we've got... Yeah, looks like we're on a good course right now, so... Okay. And then... we'll go to my PC and drop off some stuff. We're gonna drop that off. We're gonna drop that off. We're gonna drop that off. And then we got some sales to do as well. We're probably gonna get some more training in for Geodude, who's gonna be super helpful for the next gym. But, we also need to progress on to the next route so that we can prepare for that. Let's see. Let's get our Premier Ball. Yeah, there's our Premier Ball. And then we've got Great Ball. Let's get 5 Great Balls. Yeah, we'll get 5 Great Balls. And yeah, I'll get 10 more Pokeballs because I like Premier Balls. That makes me happy. Alright, so now we're going to sell some stuff. Sell that. These... Pokemon doesn't even let you use these items in, like, the competitive VGC area. So why would you... I mean, I know they're a way to help make the game easier, but, like, why? Why Pokemon? Why do these items even exist? Especially with how they've made the games even easier in the newer generations. I just don't get it. Okay. Oh, and the dire hit. Yep, we don't need that either. Okay. Okay. Soft sand? Let's... Oh wait, no, we're not gonna sell that. No. Nope. Okay. We are going to give the soft sand to Geodude, so that magnitude does even more damage. Alright. Alright, I think that's all we need before we go on to our next leg. Yeah, pretty sure that's all. So we'll go ahead. Yes. Smash the rock. There we go. Okay. Alright. So we're gonna do... Of course we're gonna do some battling along the way, but... Guys, I do have a problem. I work at a thrift store, and I feel like all of my money goes to the thrift store. It's bad. It's bad. Like... But I just love it so much because, like, at this point, 90% of my wardrobe is from a thrift store. I've got, like, I would say 75% of my recording stuff, like, not including the computers or the TV that I'm using to record the game. That was a gift from a friend. He sold it to us for a very, very reduced price. But yeah, like, like 75% of my gaming setup is from, like, a thrift store or a used, like, game store. And the stuff that I've gathered for the next little project that I want to do, that stuff was also found at this thrift store that I work at. Oh my gosh, I have such a problem. I have such a problem. Why do I have such a problem? I'm strong, I won't cry if I lose. So, Camper Larry with your zigzag goon. I like to shop at thrift stores because the way that the thrift stores work, they won't sell an item that can't still be used. They often will give the person donating it a slip of paper to keep track of the value of the items that they're donating, so that they can then take it off of their taxes. And if it doesn't work, or if it's in a junk condition, they can't sell it. They can't make money off of it. No one's gonna buy something that's broken. So you get, like, good quality stuff that's, you know, some things you can tell that it's been used, some things it's been gently used, or some things are even brand new. Like, you know how you buy something impulsively and you find out, oh yeah, I'm not gonna use it anymore? They just donate it to the thrift store. It's amazing. It's amazing the quality of stuff that you can find there. The thrift store that I work at, it has a variety of things. Like, they do clothing, they do electronics, they have, like, plushies and stuff. One of my favorite plushies that I've obtained is right over here. Just this cute little Squirtle. Say hi, Squirtle. Hello. Do you want to give me a hug? Oh, yes, thank you. I love hugs. I love hugs so much. Oh, thank you, Squirtle. Thank you. Thank you, buddy, for the hug. Appreciate it. So yeah, I found, like, a couple of plushies, some Pokemon, like, figurines and toys, as well as the electronics, like the camera that I have now, the DS stuff, the DS games. If you want to check out that video, so crazy, so crazy, and yeah. I love that you can get it for a reduced price than what you would pay for it brand new. I do, I love that. Oh, good job, Geodude. Good job. And now a Nuzleaf? Ooh. Yeah, Geodude, you're not gonna do well against that. Let's bring out Scout. Scout needs to get some experience. Not only... Okay, so not only can you find, like, the cheap stuff, it's not always there. You never know what you're going to find at a thrift store. So, for me, it's a bit of a hunt to, like, find the good stuff. You're not always going to find exactly what you're looking for, but maybe you find something that will work just as well that you didn't realize that would work just as well. Or maybe maybe like you weren't thinking about going to the thrift store that day, but you show up and exactly what you needed is there, and it's crazy. And it just there is legitimately a high in finding something that you need or something that you want at a reduced price at a thrift store. I tell my friends all the time who say like, oh, your outfit is really cute, or oh, your shoes are really cute. I take great pride in saying I got it at my local thrift store. I have no shame with that, especially especially clothes. Like there are charity shops, or used clothing stores that just specialize in clothing and accessories. There's also like a wide variety, like down in a major city a few hours away, there's like a thrift art store. Like they have art supplies, like all kinds of art supplies. It's awesome especially if you want to try like a new art. You can spend just a little bit of money to try something you've never done before. It's amazing. I've also heard out in Denver, there's like a charity like craft store, like for sewing or crocheting or needlework or stuff like that. The stuff that you can find there, it's amazing. I don't like paying for full-priced items anymore. I really don't. Unless they have been handmade, like on an Etsy store or at the farmer's market. Like that's different. I will always pay full price for a handmade item. And if we have enough time on today's video, we'll dive a little bit into the difference between those things. But for right now, just focusing on thrift store shopping. I love it, especially because my last reason that I like shopping at thrift stores, usually a thrift store is associated with a charity. The thrift store that I work at, they actually have a program to help people who work there to find a new job, to gain work-related skills, build up your confidence, get your resume and CV in order so that you can find employment elsewhere. And it's been really, really awesome to work at a place where they know you're not going to stay there, that they can then motivate you and help you to get on your way. There's other thrift stores that, through the funds, they donate them to local charities. Some thrift stores are nonprofit. They'll do that. They'll take the funds and donate them to a charity, or if it's an offshoot of a church, then the funds will go to that church. I just think the charity part of it is really cool. Not only are you giving a new home to good quality items, you're also helping out charity-wise. I really like going to thrift stores for that reason. I feel good spending money there because I know the money's gonna go to a good place. Let's throw rocks at this bird real quick. Good job, Geodude. Yes. Again, you're not gonna do well against the grass type, so let's do Scout again. So yeah, I love thrift store shopping. I really do. And because I've worked there for a while, and also because I've shopped there for a while, I wanted to give you some of my tips for thrift store shopping, because, like, a lot of my friends see the stuff that I'm getting at the thrift store, and they're like, how did you find that? Or, how can I get something like that for myself? And I mean, there is generic basic advice, like, the easiest thing to do is just find out how often the store is restocking. So at my local thrift store, they get donations every day that they're open, and they will restock the morning before they open. So they bring out all of their new items the morning before they open. If the shelves start getting a little bare, then they'll try and bring out more stuff during the day, but your guaranteed hard reset for new items at my thrift store is first thing in the morning. And as a result, we have this, just because we don't have many thrift stores where I live, we just get this ginormous line at the beginning of the day. Of some of them are resellers, some of them are just people who are really intent on finding a specific item, and the best chance to look for it is first thing in the morning. So yeah, the basic generic advice number 1, find out how often they're restocking, and just show up when they've restocked. The other piece of generic advice that I would give you solid advice that I would give you, that's pretty basic, is be prepared to go often. You know, have money available, schedule it in your time, and just make sure that you have the transportation available, especially if you're looking for furniture, because our thrift store does furniture as well. Make sure you have the transportation for your furniture item if that's what you're looking for. Be prepared. I also know at my thrift store, the electronics, they will test them to see if they turn on, but they don't always have the ability to test it. If it's like a blender, they're not gonna put food in it. If it's like a camera that doesn't have a battery, they're not gonna go find batteries for it to like make sure that all of the buttons on the camera is working when it's turned on. So they do test, but it is kind of limited. So be prepared, bring your own batteries, bring your own connections. Try to be prepared as much as you can with your own stuff, and make sure the staff knows that you've brought your own stuff to, you know, like a tape measure is great to bring, especially if you're looking for furniture for a specific area. I didn't see which one was coming out. Oh, another Geodude? Yeah, we got this. So yeah, that's the super basic generic advice, and I feel like if you could research a bunch of like how to thrift shop on YouTube or Google or whatever, you would find those 2 things most commonly. Nice. Yeah, we're gonna go back to Geodude actually, because Geodude needs more experience than Scout. She'll get her experience later. Alright. Okay. So, there's your generic advice for thrift store shopping. But I feel like there are some very important things that people don't realize going to the thrift store. That you really should know. So, the first piece of real advice that I have for you if you're going to be thrift store shopping is do not go to the thrift store with anything specific in mind. For my own personal self, every time I feel like I need this specific trench coat, or I need this specific, you know, pairs of shoes, or I need this specific electronics item, I never find it. Ever. And I will continue to not find it every time I try and keep that in mind. I just don't. I feel like it's Murphy's Law. Anytime you will the thrift store to have something for you, it will without fail not have it. I don't know if you've ever experienced that, if you've ever really been a thrift store shopper, but that has been my personal experience. Okay. So, Instead of... Oh, there we go. Good job, Geodude. Instead of going to the thrift store saying, like, I need this specific thing, you should be going to the thrift store like this. Okay, I need an article of clothing that will do this function for me. Or I need an electronic that might help in this regard. So, and just keep your thoughts open. Within like a week, I was looking for a jacket that would just cover me from rain, just a general like rain jacket. And within like a week, I found this supremely gorgeous red raincoat that the skirt, the below the waist, it kind of frills out like a sort of pseudo short rain dress. It is super cute. It's a Liz Claiborne, and it just, I feel so fancy in it. I really do. But again, if I was to say like I need this specific trench coat, I would not have found that Liz Claiborne raincoat, because in my mind the specificity, I hope that makes sense, the specific item that I was looking for did not match the description of that Liz Claiborne raincoat. So, that was my first piece of advice. Keeping your... I don't want to get into serious shape. I don't like exercise. That is my first bit of advice. Keep what you're looking for very general. I've, again, looking for Pokemon items. I won't even say like I want Pokemon cards or I want a Pokemon plushie. I will just look for Pokemon stuff. I was too slow to pick up like there was a backpack that had Mew on it. It was really cool. I was too slow to pick that up. I wish I had, but like you never know what your favorite thing is going to pop up as. So for me, like I found plushies, I found the DS games, I found clothes, I saw the backpack like I just said. You can find whatever you want to as long as you're not specific. And if you're not specific, then that means you have to take the time to really look around in the store for that thing that you're not being specific about. If that makes sense. Okay. Let's go ahead and battle him. Ha 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 ha! How about we have a battle, you and me? Ha 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 ha! This battler is pretty funny. Hiker Bryce. Alright. Yeah, tackle ain't gonna do nothing, Numel. There we go, magnitude 8. Good job, Geodude. Alright. Good job, Geodude. And now I'm Machop. Yeah. Let's bring in Zubat. I think Zubat has wing attack at this point. But yeah, Machop was not gonna do well against it. Oh, I don't. But I'm at least faster. Hopefully it can... Maybe the bite can flinch. Ah, dang it. Well, at least Karate Chop isn't doing much. Okay, low kick didn't do much, okay. I don't want the Zubat to faint. It looks like this Machop is not doing super well. There's the Leer. Come on. Come on. Yeah, there's the flinch. Alright, oh, you're so close. You're so close, Zubat. Alright, there you go. There you go. Good job. I lost. Ha 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 ha. And then you talk to him again. Ha 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 ha. Something flew up my nose. Ha 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 ha. Achoo! I don't care who you are. That is hilarious. I think it's funny. And then we can't go up here because there's Team Aqua stuff going on. But love it. And I love Fiery Path. It's underneath the volcano, and it's got like steam and everything. I like Fiery Path. It's really fun. There's an area up here. I'll show it to you. I'll show it to you here in a minute. Ooh, Torkoal. It's a fun Pokemon. And we're not picking it up right now. Okay. You see that boulder? That's what I'm talking about. Oh, Grimer. Can't remember if you're the rare here or if Weezing is. But we need the next HM to get into that specific area, so we'll come back for that. We'll come back for that in a little bit. Don't worry. Alright. Okay, my second piece of advice that you might not hear. Please be mindful of other shoppers. Be polite, but also be aware that there are some very strange characters that can show up at thrift stores. I've already mentioned resellers, right? So resellers, they come into a thrift store to get super cheap stuff that is very valuable stuff that maybe the thrift store doesn't really know its value. And then they will resell it for, 2 or 3 times that they bought it at the thrift store for. That, some collector would be happy to pay for, some reason. These guys bother me because there are some people, like myself, who would really like to buy the stuff that they're buying at the price that they're buying it at. But they buy it for themselves to make money off of it. And I know capitalism and all of that, but I don't feel it's very moral to go into a place who is thriving off of charitable buying to then go out and sell it for what the thrift store could have sold it for. Maybe that's just me. I don't like resellers. I don't. So I was really happy when I am able to pick up items that I know a reseller would be happy to have bought it for. And it turns out, no, I get to have it instead. It just makes me really happy. So yeah, resellers really bother me. The other one you need to be really careful of are cheap Karens. What do I mean by a cheap Karen? Well, you already know what a Karen does, right? Somebody who is just difficult in a retail setting or otherwise trying to get something for free or at the expense of somebody else and is really, really rude about it. So a cheap Karen will go to a thrift store and they will see something that is, moderately priced. And they will go to, oh yay, Geodude going up to level 19. Very nice. Ooh, Wailmer, yes, let's change. Let's get Scout out here. So the cheap Karen will look at something that is fairly priced for a thrift store. And they are basically the very opposite end of what a reseller is. So they will look at an item. a reseller will look at an item and say, oh, that's severely underpriced for what I can sell it for. A cheap Karen will look at an item and say, that's way too much. That's way too much for a used item. And as you can imagine, that gets really, really frustrating for, you know, the managers and the cashiers who are trying to use your money for charitable donations. And yet you, being a cheap Karen, are like, well, I know this is priced at $6, but can I have it for $3? Or can I have it for $2? Don't be one of those. Don't be a cheap Karen. Please. Nobody likes cheap Karens. Just don't do it. Especially because if you're wanting to talk down somebody who's working at a charity store, then higher powers that be will definitely judge you, and karma will come around and deliver whatever suitable arrangement that is for you taking advantage of a charity shop. Don't be a cheap Karen. Oh, I didn't know what was gonna be next. Oh, okay. Yeah, you got this. You got this, Scout. Alright, the next person that you have to be... This is the third person. The next person you have to be very careful of. You gotta be careful of the vultures. I have not seen this myself, but I have seen and heard of people who have had this happen to them, where you have, you know, picked up an item and you've got it in your shopping cart or in your basket, and you know you're a very considerate person and you need to use the restroom, so you leave your merchandise outside of the bathroom and you go in to use the bathroom. When you come back out, your stuff is gone. Don't be a vulture. Don't be a vulture. If somebody else grabs something that you wanted, just look for it next time. Don't be a vulture. Don't do that. Don't do that. Maybe that person needed that more than you did. So, don't do that. The next one is very similar to a vulture, but it's a little bit different. I call them the guilt shopper. I have actually seen these interactions in the thrift store, where somebody finds a very cool item, and another person, you know, stops that person as they're at the register buying it. I'll tell you my story in a minute. This happened to my husband, but I've also seen this at the registers, where somebody is buying an item and some other lady, usually it's a lady, comes over and says something along the lines of, wow, that's a really cool thing that you found. And the person who's buying it is like, yeah, I've been looking for this for a while. And we'll talk to them in a little bit. And yeah, this person who comes over is just like, oh man, you know, I really could have used this in my house. And the lady's like, yeah, I know. That's why I bought it, is because I could use it too. And the lady will just keep talking about how, you know, this is an item that they could have used, that they could really want, you know, that they should really have as part of their life. And rightly so, the person who bought it is like, well, that's nice to hear, but I bought it, so goodbye. Don't be a guilt shopper. Raspberry, nice. Very nice. Very nice. Don't be a guilt shopper. Do not, I've seen people do this. I don't know why they think it's okay to do this, where they go up to somebody, sometimes it's even before they bought something too. What happened with my husband was we found a KitchenAid unit, this beautiful KitchenAid unit, for $40. And he was respectful. He saw somebody else notice it first, and they looked it over, and then they decided they didn't want it. and they moved on. So then my husband picked it up and snapped it up, of course. You know, him being very respectful. If that person had wanted it, he wouldn't have bothered. But that person moved on. So he gets the KitchenAid, and he's waiting for me to get off work. And this older lady comes over to him and is like, "Wow, is that a KitchenAid?" And he's like, "Yeah, it's a really nice one too. Like my wife and I have been wanting one for a while, but they're so expensive." And the lady's like, "Yeah, I know, they're really expensive. I can't believe you found one here at the thrift store." Yes, you know, like, we can't believe it too. And she's like, "Oh man, I bet you're gonna make so many cool things with that." Yes, we're planning to, because we're buying it. Well, you know, if you ever change your mind, you know, I'd be happy to take it off your hands. Yeah, my husband was feeling really uncomfortable at that. Like, just leave people alone with their purchases, man. Don't be a guilt shopper. Nobody likes that. The last person that you have to be aware of too. I don't know if these go to all thrift stores or just our local one, because we don't have many thrift stores. But let's throw rocks at the bird again. I'm sorry, Geodude. That was a bad choice. I'm sorry. But the fifth and final shopper that you'd need to be wary of is the unbeliever. I've come up with most of these names except for reseller, because that one's pretty common. What I mean by the unbeliever, what do I mean by that? Well, there are people who they see an item that it's in brand new packaging, and they will open it up to see if it, you know, is what it is and if it's got all the attachments, but then they don't put it back into its box, therefore ruining the fact that it was a brand new item, because they don't believe that what is in the box is what's actually in the box. I see this a lot with, like, cell phone cases and, like, the glass that covers your touchscreen phone. For some reason, I mean, I get that, like, you want to make sure that it'll fit your phone, but a smart person knows that the box will say what model of phone it's for. I think I'm just gonna keep Scout out. I didn't see what was gonna be next. Oh crap. Okay, let's just use Pursuit. Ooh. Yeah, we need to go visit our friends here in a little bit. No! Oh, you gotta be kidding me. Okay. Come on, Scout. You're probably not gonna last, but yeah. Dang it. Man, these people that I've been talking about, they really do just... Not too bad. Let's take care of them. They really do. They annoy me a lot. They annoy me a lot. Because then people are... Because then, when the... Especially in the cell phone case and glass situation, again. In those situations, they don't put the glass back. So then people find an empty box and say, why is it $4? And there's no glass inside of it. Well, because some unbeliever went and opened it up and didn't bother to put it back. So that makes the store lose money as well, and customers get upset. So just don't be an unbeliever either. Just don't do it. Don't do it. So those are the five shoppers that you need to be aware of. Don't be any of those. And if you do run into some of those, just make sure the staff knows that you're not going to be one of those people. Do your best to be, like, patient with the staff. Do your best to, you know, tell them about, you know, unbelievers and vultures and just do your best to be a good customer, I guess, is what my second piece of real advice is. Just be a good customer. The third piece of real advice is I've just written here, quality, quality, quality. Not every $3 shirt is going to have the same quality. Not every like $10 item is going to have the same quality. There may be a higher price item at a lower price because they don't know the brand. There may be a cheaper quality product up at a higher price because it still has tags on it. Know your brands. Know your quality. There is a difference between your brand new stuff and your used stuff, especially for people if somebody has donated clothing that they are not very knowledgeable about laundry. Not everybody will see it, and not everybody will care either, because some people just want a $3 shirt that they can put paint on, and that's fine. But other people are looking for, you know, your higher quality, nice stuff. Oh, come on, Zubat, you can do this. Well, at least you're paralyzed and you're not gonna be poisoned. I'm okay with that. But just learn about clothing quality, learn about furniture quality, learn about electronics quality. Like, learn your brands and learn the condition of items. That's definitely gonna take a bunch of time and research to really understand. But if you can do that, then it really helps you in the long run. For example, the other day I actually found not one, but 2 pairs of Keen shoes. I don't know if you guys know what Keen shoes are. I didn't really when I purchased them, but I looked it up real quick on my phone, because if you have your phone, you can access the internet and you can double check brands or you know, logos or, you know, quality of items. Your phone is your best quality for judging. Your phone is your best tool for judging quality, by the way. I looked up what Keen shoes are, and brand new, those shoes are like over $100 brand new. These shoes were $8 each. Yeah, so I snapped those up. And, they are amazing. I never thought I would own a nice quality shoe, ever. But, yeah, one pair is brown and one pair is black, and... oh man, the next time I have to go, you know, be on my feet, you know, walking around town or walking around... oh my gosh. Oh no, Zubat. Okay, we're gonna switch. You're not doing too good here. Oh gosh. Ah! Why is this Roselia so freaking... Get rid of this sucker. Oh good, your attack missed. Just get this thing out of our lives. Jeez. Okay. Good job. Okay. Yeah, I know. Cool Trainer Brook. Okay. We seriously. Okay. Thankfully, this house... Old lady's rest stop. Come in and rest your tired bones. Yeah, this rest house is good. Oh dear, dear, aren't your Pokemon exhausted? If you'd like, rest up here. That's a fine idea. You should do that. That's right. Take your time and rest up. Oh dear, dear, are your Pokemon still tired? You should take another rest here. That's a fine idea. You should do that. So because that's her dialogue, I said yes in a loop for so long just to see if anything different would happen. Nothing does. But the fact that she keeps suggesting that you take another rest... It's a little sussy, old lady. Just a little bit. Just a little bit. Just a little sussy. No. Is that so? You don't need to be shy about it. I understand you're trying to be charitable, but we're good. Alright. Let's them out of the way. Route 113. I like the music here. I do. I'm gonna sit and chill to it for a little bit. Yeah, this route is really cool. It's not snow that's falling. It's actually volcanic ash. So kind of gross, but there's a mechanic. Maybe we'll do some ash collecting, but there's a mechanic that if you collect enough ash, you can get some items made. But yeah, you go into the grass. Anyways, yeah, you just... Right. Oh, you can't escape. Come on. Just let us leave. Please. There we go. Okay, there we go. Alright. But yeah, you never know what your luck is going to give you if you go to a thrift store and you know about quality and you know about brands and you know about the quality of certain brands. It's funny too because I've started up just this amazing like leather shoe collection. I never was a person who was interested in shoes actually, growing up, but I appreciate leather as a resource, and I have been able to build up a leather shoe collection. It's amazing. Leather shoes are just so nice, and they last a long time. Anyways, that's personal preference. So, quality, quality, quality. Know your quality. That is another tip that I can give you. Okay, and then... Oh, come on. Oh, no, don't do that. Go away. It's fun walking through the volcano's ashes on the ground and grass. You can see where you walked. It's really neat. It is kind of neat. Like, it's gross if you really think about it, but it's just, it's so magical in this game. It just looks nice. What's also fun is that you see that person that was buried in the ash. There's items that are buried under these little lumps, and you can mistake trainers for those items. Stop it, Spinda! Go away! Also, if you've noticed, these Spinda, they have spots on them that are in different places, which is very unique. Pokemon has a variety of Pokemon that have different mechanics, and Spinda's not a very remarkable Pokemon except for the fact that you will never find the same Spinda twice. And that is very cool, in like a programming aspect of the game. See, these ones are different too. Oh, come on. Go away. Go away. Ugh. I do want that item, but not if the Spinda are not gonna let me go. At this point, the Spinda are just... You guys are so annoying, you little pests. Okay, I'm gonna come back to this area. I think I'm just gonna make it up to Fallarbor Town. Oh, gosh, come on. Get lost. Jeez. Please be something else. No. Guys, I don't like the Spinda. You're just making things way too difficult for me right now. Are you kidding me? I swear. Oh my gosh, thank you. Okay. Dang it! Thanks for finding me, but we still have to battle. I wasn't even gonna... I was gonna try and go around you. Ninja Boy Lung. I bet your lungs are suffering in this volcanic ash. Oh gosh. I really want to use Rock Smash, but I think... Let's throw Oddish out for fodder. Sorry, Oddish. I'm gonna use a Soda Pop on Geodude because the stupid Spinda were just not letting up. Holy cow. Wow, he hit all 5. In moves like that, there's a chance to hit from like 2 to 5, and he hit the max, so that was actually pretty cool. Go on, Geodude. It's going to do a lot less on you if he does it again. Okay. Let's throw rocks at this bug. Yeah, see, it's doing a lot less damage now. 4 times? Wow, this bug is stacked. Jeez. I guess using Mind Reader might help with that, but I didn't really know that. Goodbye, Ninkata. No. Use more rock throws. Come on, Geodude. There we go. Get out of here. Oh yes, that's gonna be some great experience. Yes. I'll use my ninjutsu on you. Volcanic Ash Swirl Cloak! What? It's already over? I like to think that's a Naruto reference. Oh, it's just funny. Seriously, I love the... There we go, we got a TM. That's helpful. Alright, now we're gonna just, as quickly as possible. There we go. There we go. Now we can, now that we're at Fallarbor Town, we can... Yes, please, Nurse Joy. Please. Thank you. Always a pleasure. Always a pleasure. Okay, and... Oh, hello, you are? Okay, your name's Jazzy. I can see that you're a trainer. So that means you use the Pokemon storage system I developed. How I arrived at that conclusion is a simple deductive process. You spoke to me because you wanted to access something on this PC. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm Lynette. Honestly, I'm glad to meet you. It's great you're using the storage system. If you could, please visit me at home. My house is on Route 114. Oh, thanks, Lynette. You're so nice. You're so nice. Alright, I don't need to use that, but I did want to speak to her, because then we can go to her house, and it's a really fun side quest. But right now, I think maybe we'll try and beat some more trainers over in Route 113, just because stupid Spinda, we're ruining everything. So let's get back over there. There we go. The volcano's eruption is proof that the Earth is alive. It's very true, Mr. Dylan. Oh, very nice. You'll handle my magnitude real good, huh? Yes, magnitude 8! Very nice. Good job, Geodude. Very nice. You're some kind of strong. Ouch! Ow! I can't see! I got ashes in my eyelashes! Get it? Ashes and eyelashes? Okay, that was bad, sorry. Oh my gosh, I love the writers for this generation of Pokemon. Oh my goodness. So funny. Talking about all of the people that give me a hard time at the thrift store. Just the writing for these games is so much fun, and I'm feeling better already. You know what? We'll just come over here now. We've gone and beat him. That's fine. My very last piece of advice. I like the Fallarbor music as well. I think it's funny they use this music for this town because it seems like such fancy music, but this is such like a quiet, small, rural town. And I do know that it's called Fallarbor Town, but when I first went through the games, you know, you don't know the pronunciation of everything, so I called it Fallarbor. But yeah, Fallarbor Town is fun. But okay, my last piece of advice, I got a little off topic. My last piece of advice for thrift store shopping is to not limit yourself to a thrift store. I know that's kind of lame, but like, I told you that like 90% of my wardrobe is from a thrift store. The other 10% is from like TJ Maxx or, you know, a reduced price store, such as that. And those are brand new items, they just didn't sell in the store that they were originally being sold at. So you can still find some really nice stuff. I have some really nice, like, I really have some nice cashmere sweaters from TJ Maxx that I love, and they feel great. And yeah, they weren't cheap, but they were also a lot less expensive than it would be in the store that they originally came from. I don't like to think about that. But yeah, like your reduced price stores like TJ Maxx or Marshalls or even like, you know, I go to a used game store a lot for some of my electronics, and to find like a couple of my Pokemon games came from there. But also, like, don't forget about, like, Facebook Marketplace and eBay, and because those things, they've been around, well, at least eBay has been around since, like, the 90s. Always providing good quality stuff for people at a reduced price. Especially if it's used. If it's brand new, I know some people will sell brand new items on eBay. I know some people will sell brand new or gently used items that still retain their value on Facebook Marketplace, but you can still find some really good quality stuff on the internet for a reduced price. Especially if you're looking for something specific. Like, I know my number one rule was don't go with specifics in mind, but if you really, really need something specific, like within a certain time frame, go to Facebook Marketplace or go to, I think there's a used clothing store that's like ThredUp is also a good resource. I haven't spent any money there, but I'm definitely interested, as I want to be finding some specific items that I haven't been able to find at my local thrift store, because for the most part the area that I live in is not super fashion conscious. So yeah, I have a really hard time finding a couple of items that I really, really want. So I'm going to be looking at probably ThredUp to complete some of that. But anyways, those are my top tips for thrift store shopping. I hope that it's been kind of helpful for you. Given the fact that I'm at my thrift store 5 days a week, seeing all of those not helpful shoppers. We need more good shoppers in the world. Please be a good, kind shopper at your local thrift store. And we're gonna go ahead and save here, I think. And I hope that you guys, you know, use these tools and tips to create a better shopping experience. If you do use these tips and you find something cool, leave it down in the comments below. Go ahead and share this video with anyone who you think might benefit from some thrift store shopping tips. And like the video, subscribe to my channel, click the bell icon for more notifications for videos. If you like what you're listening to. Anyways, I'll see you guys soon. Thanks. Bye.